Am I the asshole? Habitually tardy friend showed up to the casino 2.5 hours late and was pissed. Me and my mates planned a casino outing this past Saturday evening. 3 of us drove together, the 4th said he'd meet us there. The plan was to meet at 7 p.m. The 3 of us arrived to the Eno a little after 7. 4th friend is not there, so we get some dinner and start gambling. At around 9:30 p.m. we decide to call it a night. Craps table kicked our ass and go home. 4th friend still hadn't arrived when we left. As we're driving home, I get a call from Mr. Tardy and he's yelling his ass off about how he's at the casino and we left without him, etc. I laugh and tell him tough luck, you were over 2.5 hours late. He is still pissed at me and reading me the riot act all day, calling me a shite friend. Some of our friends have taken his side. Important to note, this dude is always late. He has zero respect for others' time. The only reason I might even consider myself being the asshole in this situation is that he did message us before we left asking if we were still there. I did not reply to him. With how late he was, I didn't think I owed him a response. So, am I the asshole? He gambled and lost. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. How many times did he message any of you to explain why he was going to be late again? I didn't think so. Some of our friends have taken his side. They can wait for him in future. Text him now, dude, we left. I remember several years ago my mom invited a family member over for Thanksgiving. We were eating at 2 o'clock. We didn't hear from him all day. He had the nerve to call us at 6 o'clock and tell us he was on his way. My mom said we already ate. 2.5 hours isn't late or tardy, you have just flat out missed the event at that point. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, it would have been nice to let him know you all were leaving, but no, being 2.5 hours late is ridiculous, given there was no emergency. It's his own fault. Also, I hope it's none of the friends that were there that are taking his side. They all could have texted him as well. There's no reason this guy or anyone else should be targeting you. Not the asshole. He's a shitty, inconsiderate friend. Not the asshole. I probably would have sent missing friend a text that we were leaving, but regardless, you're well within your right to leave whenever you want to. The fact this guy expected you to restart the night just because he arrived is ludicrous. Not the asshole. Stop inviting him places. Block his number. He asked if you were still there. After 2.5 hours, no response is all the answer he should need. Nata. Of course you're not the asshole. I notice he didn't call you guys to let you know he wouldn't be there. 2.5 hours isn't being late, that's just bailing out on the whole evening. I don't appreciate it when people make plans and simply don't show up. Not the asshole. But sort of, for inviting him again when you knew he'd be late again. Don't give him another opportunity to disappoint you all again. Not the asshole. Maybe he should have texted you that he'd be late. Maybe he should have texted all 3 of you. Maybe he should take responsibility for his own actions. Not the asshole. If he can't respect your time, he doesn't get to hang out with you. If I was late, especially that late, and nobody responded to "Are you still there?" text, I'd assume not and that it was my bad. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. After someone is more than 2 hours late, I generally feel safe in assuming they're not coming. I'm inclined to side against you simply because you appear to have abbreviated casino to Eno, but ultimately not the asshole. Fudge that guy. I can't believe you're still inviting him, and after being 2.5 hours late and bitching you out about it, I'd be long done asking him along. Not the asshole. Lateness is very disrespectful. He is the Not the asshole. His choice to be as late as he was. Not the asshole. Maybe a few more outings Lyle this will result in him turning up on time. Not the asshole. I have a friend like this. You know, The I'm never wrong and will never apologize for being wrong even though it was my choice that led to the outcome. Bro, we said 7 not 9:30. Sucks to suck. Tell him to kick rocks. The only difference between OP and myself is I would have messaged back saying, hey man, we are still here currently but looks like we will be leaving soon. A little petty on your part, but I get it if this happens all the time. Not the asshole, my wife is chronically late. She knows ahead of time when I am leaving. She also knows we are taking 2 cars if she is not. Not the asshole. He was 2.5 hours late. That is completely unacceptable and frankly I'd stop inviting him to events. Y'all were late and still had time to eat and gamble. 2 hours late, definitely not the asshole, and do not apologize for anything. Not the asshole. I have an ex-friend who was habitually late, and would do things like show up at 10 p.m. to a dinner party that started at 7, ready to get the party started just as everyone else was getting ready to go home. It was like he never grew out of college party mode, and since it was also hard to get rid of him once he arrived, people mostly just stopped inviting him. And that is what I would do with your tardy friend. Not the asshole. I agree, you didn't owe him a response after he didn't show up or message you about being late. He has no respect for you or your time. I see no reason why you should have respect for his. Nata. Drop him. Perpetually late people are assholes, especially when they expect their friends to tolerate it. Not the asshole, people being repeatedly late is infuriating. Not the asshole, and more importantly, why do you apparently keep inviting him to stuff? Wonder if he's be upset being 2.5 hours late to a movie and it being over. Not the asshole. He has zero respect for others' time. I bet that if you look closely, there are other things that he doesn't respect. Not the asshole. We have a chronically late friend, and we once had a birthday for him without him there. We agreed to meet up for brunch at his favorite place at 10 a.m. the morning of his birthday. He wasn't responding to texts and we had to take the table of the busy restaurant or lose the spot. So we ate without him. He called us afternoon to see if we were still there. He then apologized for missing us and hoped we all had a good breakfast without him. Your chronically late friend has no one to blame but himself. Not the asshole. He is not your friend. Some sort of hanger-on, let me follow you around, be manipulative, sort of stranger. Block them, everywhere. Never respond. The 3 of us arrived to the Eno. You are an asshole just for that abbreviation. Not the asshole. Don't give in to this behavior. Move on and find people who respects your time. It makes sense if something comes up once in a while. Someone who's habitually late will most likely always be late. I wouldn't even have invited this guy if he's always late. Not the asshole and he fucked around and found out. You can leave whenever you want and I personally would not have waited for him. But, especially if this place was far away, you should have at the very least shot him a text and said you guys were leaving. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I would have figured he just wasn't coming out and left. Not the asshole. Late friend who is always late is disrespectful and inconsiderate of others. Be in time and you'll be right. Not the asshole. I had a buddy who was like this. Eventually